Well, and good evening, at least if you're around this neighborhood. But then again, depending upon who we can connect with, it might be breakfast for you, or it might be late in the midnight hour. But whatever it is, we're grateful and thankful for the opportunity to connect, and we're going to be sharing some information with you tonight. If you're able to get in position and grab a seat, I would even say grab a pen or pad or something of that sort that you can use to take some good notes because we got some new information that I'm going to be sharing with you. And I hope to be a blessing to somebody. I don't know who it is, but you'll find out in just a few moments. Really grateful. Hope your weekend went well. Mine was extremely busy for the past 5 or 6 days, but it was very rewarding at the same time. Thankful for just the ability to just hold on. Sometimes you just got to hold on and not let go. So let's go ahead and see what we're going to do tonight. I'm just going to invite a couple of people, get them in place, and get them hopefully in position. I don't know. We want to give a shout out to Coach Tanya, baby girl, that's still recuperating from that crud that had her down. So she's taking some much needed downtime. And I'm just going to come on in here. Let me pull up my little banner. We got a number of things coming up. I'm going to talk to you about the conference on the latter end. Y'all remind me. Don't let me get away from it without talking to you about this upcoming conference in Memphis. All roads lead to Memphis, and I want to be clear. You need to be there. So what we'll do is we'll get to that on the latter end tonight, this evening, today, whatever time it is. We're going to be talking about making it plain, and I'm going to try to do two things at once. And the reason is I have a brand new PowerPoint presentation. The file is so large that I couldn't get it into this forum the way that I wanted to. So I'm actually using two devices. And I kind of hate to do that because it kind of pulls me apart. But you got to do what you got to do. Got the double task on top of dyslexia, attention deficit, and everything else. But if y'all pray, I'm going to present. How about that? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start out adding this information here. You guys will still be able to see me if I do this appropriately. There we go. It's working. I'm using two devices at once. And if I could pause for a moment here, I'm going to keep that up. And then we'll just go ahead and we're going to make it work. We're going to make it do what it do. Baby girl is coming in. The queen is coming in. Some others are coming in. Let the members and partners know that we're going to be here, and we'll go from there. But listen, guys, I want to really get this information to you. I'm going to take my time tonight. I do have a presentation to be on in just shy of an hour. Certainly not going to be that long, but I am going to take my time. If you need to come back and watch different components, I understand. Tonight is the night where I really want to lay it down. I want to lay this thing out so plainly. I want to make it so clear. I mean, I want to talk your language. And I might, we might need to get an interpreter. We might need to get some translation because sometimes the message is missed in the translation. But tonight I'm going to take my time. I'm going to slow the roll and do my best that you would get all the information. Shout out to Coach D. Thank you for getting me some of these new slides and things that I'm going to present on tonight. So this will be my very first time with some of this information in this capacity, but understand that it's the same information. People are out there traveling one way or the other. The only difference is when they're traveling and they're not using Entrevorium Travel Club, they're spending a whole lot more than they need to. First off, they're paying retail prices, and those retail prices are not always known, not always fully disclosed. The companies, the billion-dollar mega corporations like Expedia and Priceline, they're not telling you how much they're upcharging, overcharging, that their percentage markup is twice that, 100 to 200%. Hey, Carol, good to see you, darling. Thanks for chiming in. They're not telling you that. That's not good for business. So what they do is they send you a coupon that might say 20, 25, 30% off, maybe that on a good day, but they mark the doggone thing up 200% from the moment it went to the market. That's how they became the multi-billion-dollar corporations that they are without even having any travel product or service at all. They don't have rental cars. They don't have a fleet of cars. They don't have hotel chains. They don't have resorts. They don't have airplanes. They don't have any of that. They're the middle person. So when you're going that route, guys, you're losing. I will also add this in. Some of you have heard me talk about this. I'm a travel agent. My wife and I, we've been travel agents for 12 years. We enjoy it. It's been a great blessing to our family. We've enjoyed a lot of things as a result. But 6 years ago, when we came into this travel club, I'll go back to the name of it. It's called Travoriums. I want to be clear with it. It changed our whole trajectory of travel because we were introduced to something that we just didn't know that we didn't know. The retail prices that we saw in the Expedia, the Priceline and all that, we were able to beat that as travel agents. But what we were not able to beat or even come close to were the pricing that we were able to get inside of this club. This club had pricing that we could not find anywhere at any time in any of the inventory that we had. And we're connected to, we got some travel agents that we're connected to. In fact, family members been in this thing for 15 years, 15 years, and some over 30 years. So we were well acquainted, we were well trained, we knew the information, but it wasn't there. So some people they're overpaying, not just on the Expedia Priceline and the whole gambit of all those properties or companies, sub companies that come with those. It's a whole chain of them within those two families. But some were overspending even with a travel agent. Now let me say this: travel agents make their money because they're putting in their time, their hard-earned time, to make it real simple and real convenient, put a bow on the top for all their clients. And it's worth being overcharged because you're paying for that service if that's what you want to do. But sometimes, y'all, sometimes you just need to save $1. Sometimes you just need to keep some of that money in your own pocket. And we like to give our clients the opportunity to choose whether or not they want to pay the extra for the service or whether or not they want to get the absolute best pricing that will not be found anywhere. Because in this club, you'll discover that you're able to get travel agent pricing without being a travel agent. But if you don't have this club, a lot of people are using timeshares. I'll tell you a quick story. We use timeshares. We had 3 of them. We've been married 34 years, praise God. And with those 3 timeshares, we just didn't know what we didn't know. That last one, we were paying $379 and a few odd cents every single month, whether we used it or not. And then they just started getting real stingy. We used to have some extra, they call it bonus time. They started cutting down on that. We had a program called Endless Escapes. First they went from Endless Escapes, and then they called it bonus because they cut down. It was no longer endless, but you could get some bonus time. And then they went from bonus time to, well, we're going to do the best we can, but we can't make no promises. And when they got to that point, man, we just got kind of disgusted with it. And then when I got in this club, Lord have mercy. When I got in first, because my wife came in afterwards, oh my God, I paid $59 the stay, get this now, at the exact same resort, the exact same timeshare that I was paying a mortgage on for probably I've been in 7 or 8 years by that point, and the thing was like a 10-year, 15-year, I can't remember which. But anyway, $379 a month, and I still was not even, I think, maybe halfway, 40%, 50% paid, whatever. And then even after I paid it off, I would have still had to pay the monthly maintenance fee. In this program, I paid $59 to stay for the whole week, guys, and that was my only obligation we had. Some people, when they're traveling, Alicia, we see you there. Some people, when they're traveling, the thing they do, I love family, y'all. Please don't get it twisted. Don't get it wrong. I want to sound anti-family. I just don't like staying with folk like that. That's just me. There are a handful of exceptions. I'm telling you what I know. I could take my hand and I could, come on. I could almost cut in half. Is a handful. God bless the child who has their own. I'm one of those. I like to have my own place, my own space. If that's you, and sometimes you like to do that, but you just can't afford it. The math ain't math and it don't add up. And you look at the hotels in the area and you're like, dang, that's a little bit too much. Well, with our program, you can stay at 5-star resorts and pay 2- and 3-star prices. In fact, if you really work our program the way it was designed, it has a potential to not only make sure that you're getting those 5-star destinations at 2- and 3-star prices. It's designed for some folk who really want to get it for free. And we're going to talk about that in just a moment. So y'all stay right there. I'm taking my time tonight. Why? Because I got to make this thing plain. It's good to see you, baby girl. Thank you for chiming in, guys. And then there are people in our program. We're trying to get the memo out to as many as we can, because there are others, on the contrary, the way they travel, they just catch a dream. They drift off into the nocturnal and catch them Z's. And I guess the Z, I don't know what plane it is. I don't know if it's Delta. I don't know if it's American. I don't know what it is. Emirates. But they're going some places at night when they go to sleep. That's the only way they go, because they have to go to sleep to go where they really want to go. And I think that's sad, because here we are, working hard in our careers, whatever those careers are. Some of y'all work so hard, man, you don't take enough breaks. You stress yourself out. It's all in your shoulders. You think about taking some time off, and then in the middle of it, they tell you, come on now. They tell you, well, we're going to need you. In fact, we need you for some overtime. I mean, I done heard some stories, y'all. Life is too short for that. Life is too fragile. And you got to put yourself in a position where you got the options to do what you need to do when you need to do it. I mean, I know some folk, they couldn't even go to their own family funeral. Here it was a sibling who was dead, and they couldn't go and say farewell to their sibling because, you understand? So these are the types of things. So we show people how to keep dreaming, because we're all dreamers here in this travel club. But keep dreaming, but we're going to show you how to do it with your eyes wide open. I really just want to make it plain tonight. Keep dreaming. But man, time out for dreaming and then you wake up and you're in a nightmare again, and you're in some kind of miserable, grind over and over and over, and you got to live for a 2-day weekend, if that. And sometimes you don't even get that. Sometimes you don't even get the holiday. It's just work. Man, life is more than working a job. Could I make it plain tonight? Because that job, listen, after it works you out of your soul and you give up the ghost, man, let me tell you what I know. I done seen it over and over and over again. Here's what they're going to do. I'm going to ask my beautiful wife if she would take our dog and do something to her. Do something nice now. Do something nice. But she's making too much noise in that backyard. That dog of my daughter, Lord, pray for me. You understand? But here's what I know. That job is going to have somebody in your position a week, 2 weeks. Now, while you were there, you were irreplaceable. They couldn't make it without you. You couldn't take, that time off because, that would throw everything off, and everybody else, needed to be there under your, and that's what they hit you with. But then when you're gone, man, a week later, they got somebody in your position. Hey, Miss Gloria, it's good to see you. Thank you for chiming in. So we want to make it plain. Listen, sometimes you just got to take matters into your own hand and create some options. And, they say you got an A plan, but you better have a B and a C. I want to make it real plain tonight. And that's what Mr. Hart and Mrs. Hart have done. They've given people a B plan. Maybe it is a C or a D or whatever you need it to be. But the thing of it is, it gives you options, making it plain. They were already doing the traditional business. They had traditional business, and they were multimillionaires doing very well for themselves and their family. But no one else was going to get wealthy from the business they had besides themselves. And that's how most businesses are made. But he got involved in something called the direct sales industry, and he rose to the top of that. And he began to not only be a leader, but he remained to be a student in it. And he had a dream and a vision to create something different from what he saw elsewhere. He wanted to create something where everybody could win from the jump street, where everybody could win from day one. He wanted to create something where, in fact, no one had to win at the expense of other people losing. I love that. Shout out to the Hartons. Great people, godly people. They put this thing together 11 years ago, so we're marching into our 12th year, and y'all know that's a great season to be in. We're not on a test drive. It's already been tested. It's already been proven. If you allow me to make it plain tonight, this is going to be a multi-billion-dollar company, and right now is the ideal time to jump in with both feet. Guys, they have over 30 years of business skill set behind them. They've operated multi-million-dollar business. They paid out tens of millions of dollars in commissions to everyday ordinary people working around the globe on their own dream as a part of this worldwide platform. Debt-free company from day one. 3 headquarters, not 1, not 2, but 3. One in Temecula, California. I've had the privilege to go there and to meet and greet with the staff. Have not yet been to the one in Spain, have not yet been to the one in Colombia, but that is on the life list. So guys, I want to make it plain. This thing is strong in place, and it's in the #1 industry on the planet. Travel. And what we do is we show people how to live the dream life, again, that they've been dreaming about all along. So if you've been dreaming about doing some things on a higher level, you've been dreaming about leveling up, you want to upgrade your life, you ain't got to look any further. It's right here in front of your face. This is the opportunity you've been praying about, searching for, and maybe you've been in this, you've been in that, and you feel like, oh my God, it's all a waste of time. No, sir, no, ma'am. Let me tell you, we get it all the time. Like, where have you guys been? We've been looking. We wish we would have looked. Could I be in that list too? I wish I would have known about this before, but I just didn't. I didn't know until about 6 years ago is when I found out, but I'm so glad I did, because here's what you do. #1, when you become a member in this club, you get travel agent rates, travel agent pricing without being a travel agent. And not only that, we show you how to earn monthly travel points that you'll be able to use at 4- and 5-star vacations all around the globe. And #3, we're going to put you in a position where you can earn daily pay. Oh my God. 24/7. All you need is a cell phone, y'all. You don't even need a laptop necessarily. You don't even need a tablet. You can work this thing from your cell phone. And we have people that have turned this thing into a multi-million-dollar business. And all you need is a cell phone. And what are they doing? They're not having to go to the post office and mail anything to anybody. They don't have to get anybody to check with any doctors to see if it's going to be all right and all that type of stuff. No, it's simple. It's natural. It's organic. It's what people are already doing. What are they already doing? Dreaming. What do they already want to do, or they're doing already? They want to travel. Are we going to change the fact that they're going to travel? No, we're just giving them a better option. The better option is to save money when they travel, because travel is expensive. You better believe that. But we're going to show you how to make, not only are we going to show you how to save money on it, we're going to show you how to make it pay for itself. And one better, we're going to show you how to make it pay you. How does that sound to you guys? How many of you guys would like to learn how to make travel pay you? We're going to make it plain tonight. So let's talk about this travel industry. Taking my time. Not going to rush. Y'all stay with me. The travel industry. Let me talk about this. We call it the bucket list. Some people call it a bucket list. My wife, Kendra, she likes to call it the life list. She doesn't like that term, bucket list. So scratch that out. No buckets here. Life list. What are the things you want to do? Where are the places you want to go before you check out? Because ain't none of us going to be here forever. And some of us, it breaks my heart sometimes. I hear people, grown men and women, sometimes not only fathers and mothers, but grandparents, y'all, ain't left the city, have not left the state, never left the country, as if this is the only thing there is. Somebody put this in the comments. There's a whole lot more out there. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'll say it again. There's a whole lot more out there. And too many times we're dying in the same neighborhood we were born without ever seeing anything. And then, prior military, some military, they've been around the world and back, but it was a whole different vibe to it because they were, that was a whole work tour. That was a tour of service, And maybe sometimes they got some little downtime to do this or to do that, but it wasn't the same. We're talking about being able to really go see some things, explore some things, experience some things, digest some things. And it takes time to do that. And you can't do that on just a 2-day weekend and you got to be back, 5:30, 5:30, No, you can't do it like that. We're talking about a whole different thing, whole different vibe, whole different flavor, guys. What's on that life list? Where is it that you want to go? And you've been dreaming about that thing and talking about that thing. And the truth is, if you're honest, 10 years ago, you were talking about the same thing, but you still haven't gone. Guys, we're going to show you. There are people that say, well, you know what? I really would, but I don't have anybody that I can go with. Man, let me help you with that. We have people that have met, well, I shouldn't even say this, but I'm saying we got some folk that have met their husband in this travel club. We got some folk that have met their wife in this travel club. You understand? You're talking about hundreds of thousands of people around the world and back, and we get to know each other as we have this opportunity for worldwide travel. And some of us have become friends, and many of us have become family. We vibe with this tribe. We got folk all over the world that we're connected to, and we are so appreciative and so thankful for the opportunity. So where are the places that you want to go? I mean, we got a whole lot that we can show you. Let's look at this thing a little bit further. The thing that you're going to love about this club, let me see, Carol, there's a whole lot more out there. Yes, there is. Miss Gloria, there's a whole lot more out there. Gloria says she calls it the manifest list. Absolutely. Terry Mulder, good to see you, man. Thanks for chiming in. Guys, the thing that you'll love about this club is it's not just one little thing that you can get a discount on. We're talking about across the board, guys. We're talking about all the activities, like the excursions. How many of y'all like to go do stuff when you travel? See, there's some people, they go places, but they're gonna stay in the room the whole time. Now, let me just say this: there's a couple of times, because sometimes I travel for solitude, and I'll do a lock-in. I might be reading, writing, meditating, praying, all of that, and getting some things together with the Lord and all that. So that's different. I ain't talking about that, but I'm talking about when you're going somewhere and that's not your intent, that's not your purpose. Man, ain't nobody trying to stay in the room the whole time. How many of y'all like those excursions? I mean, we like to do stuff. We do helicopter rides. Pastor Burke, it's good to see you. We do helicopter rides. We do horseback riding. We've done private yachts. We've done all kind of experiences that we look forward to every year. And we create lifetime memories as a result of these activities. And these activities in our back office, in our platform, man, we're saving a ton of money. I mean, we've gone to shows and theater and musical, and the tickets on those things. We've gone to sporting events, and the tickets that we get compared to the ticket price that other folk get, man, I don't even know how folk pay all that money. I mean, I used to pay it, but I ain't paying it because this club affords you the opportunity. Rental cars. I got a cousin. I think one time for a week they saved about $800 on a van rental. For the week using this program. Cruises, my God, I got a good friend. They were doing an Alaskan. We were going to do it ourselves this summer, but we're going to go to the family reunion instead. Shout out to all the Keys clan. But that Alaskan cruise, y'all know it's expensive. We've been there before, and it's pretty penny for it. But he was looking for the price. He's a member in the club, but he has some family members that wanted to do it too. And when he saw the price in the club and shared it with them, I said, man, what you need to do is tell them just join the club, and it'll do more than pay for the whole membership for the year. Their savings will take care of the whole year of membership and several hundred more. Guys, I'm telling you, I mean, you save so. Could I make it plain? It just don't make sense not to be a member if you're going to travel, whether you're going to do cruises, whether you're going to do resorts, whether you're going to do the tours and the shows, the group travel, the hotels. Guys, Keisha, I see you there, Keisha. You need to call me now. Call me, Keisha. It just makes sense. What doesn't make sense is not to be a member in the club thinking that, well, I can't afford it or I can't pay. Man, you can't afford not to be in the club. I gotta make it plain. Because the money that you gonna pay when you go You've lost all the savings that you would have had, and the savings that you would have had, come on here, would have paid for the membership many times over. Many times over. Guys, I'm just telling you what I know. I'm not telling you what I heard. This is no exaggerated claim. This is no, well, I want to get you in. No, you do what you do. I'm gonna do what I do. I've saved tens of thousands of dollars over the past 6 years. Tens of thousands. No, I got receipts to show, videos that met people all around the world as a result of this club. And the thing of it is, I just didn't know what I didn't know. I would have been here sooner had I known, y'all. And then when you add in the other factor, that the component of being able to make referrals and earn income, my God, that's a no-brainer. And there's another layer. The tax deductions that you're legally eligible for as a result of being in this club and sharing it with a few. Oh my God. It don't take much for this. Come on, guys. Let's just make it real plain. I'm going to go to this next slide. Let me see. I think I might have passed one up. I don't want to pass that up. Here's what was said. I thought it was very powerful, this new slide here. I want to make sure I'm on the right page. This one is about 2033. Guys, if we keep on living, creek don't rise, Jesus don't come yet, we'll be here by the grace of God. 2033, here's what's going to happen. This industry that I'm talking about, travel, it will have become a $15.5 trillion industry. That's growth of more than 11% on a global scale. And it also represents a 50% increase over its $10 trillion value in 2019. Guys, this is an explosive growth sector. If you want to build something that is favorable and prosperous for you, you want the potential of that, why not build it in the largest growth sector there is on the planet? Just makes sense. Because when it grows up and goes up and you're in it, you're going to win. Guys, it just makes sense. Travel, my God, has blossomed. It has exploded. Some folk with doom and gloom and when COVID and all that, oh, it'll never be this. Man, they shut your mouth. I don't even know how they came up with it. They'll never feel safe. Man, we were going play one international trip. My wife will tell you that line was, I had never ever been in a line that long. I mean, I thought it was impossible to have a line that long. I mean, it was wrapped around walls and doors and different floors and all that. Man, people were traveling. And folks were like, nobody's going to feel as safe. Man, folks started coming up out of this thing and say, you know what? I'll never let that happen again. I'll never live life without at least going out of my comfort zone. I've been talking about, and folks started traveling. And this thing is exploding. It is booming. And if ever you wanted to have something that has the, oh my God, the potential to blow up for you, this is it right here. One of the reasons is 79% of Generation Z and millennials, they respond this way. They think that travel itself is one of the most important things in their budget. They view it as a priority. 84% would rather take a dream vacation than purchase a new luxury item. I know that to be true because when we were raising our kids, they were teenagers at the time. They're grown now, but they were teenagers at the time, and they preferred travel over toys and video games and clothes and all that. They wanted to go somewhere. I mean, that's just how they thought. We didn't tell them that. They just had the experience of it, and that's what they love to do to this day. Guys, travel is so many things to so many different people. I view it as ministry. I view travel as ministry. It really is. But not only is it ministry, I've heard people say that it is therapy. We have doctors and nurses in our club. I've heard them teach on this, that it is medicine. It's friendship. Come on. It's family bonding. It creates, it's so many different things. And then it don't hurt the fact that it's going to create some income for you. It's going to make some money for you because this is a huge growth industry. I'm trying to take my time and make it plain tonight. I hope y'all are getting something out of this. Kev, it's good to see you, man. Kiara, thank you for chiming in. Thank you so much. Guys, I told you that all those companies out there, they're really part of two families. That's the Priceline family and the Expedia family. And it really doesn't matter which one you're in. If you're using any of those, guys, in comparison and contrast to what we offer, you're wasting good money. Now, it's your money to do with as you will. We're not ignorant to think that, we can tell you what to do with your money. If you're used to throwing it out the window, if you're used to putting it through the shredder, if you're used to setting it on fire, I mean, look, we can't stop you. Who is that? It's your thing. Do what you want. We can't stop you. But I'm going to tell you this. It just don't add up. Math ain't math. You say you want to get out of debt. You say you want to save money. You say you don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. We're going to show you how to help get out of that. We're going to show you how to stop the bleeding on that. We're going to show you what you can do. Stop going to these Pricelines and these Expedias and all those associated and use the program that we're talking about right here. I won't show you this news report, but there was a news report some time ago. Mr. Carroll, I see you. There was a news report released some time ago. And in this news report, this investigation, they determined that, hey, these guys, these companies, they're really monopolizing the industry because one owns 20 and the other one owns the other, 30. And they're really two families, and they're just, they're getting you coming and going. And then they act like it's, a sale and all they did was they redirected you to the other one. Man, it's all, come on. It's not what it's cracked up to be. Let me show you some examples. Really want to make a plain. How many of y'all have thought about, dreamt about, talked about going to a place called the Maldives? Have you heard of the Maldives? Someone said Maldives. Not exactly. Maldives. Have you thought about that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful part of the world? Expedia has some places there that they market, and you would literally, to stay there, you would pay about 10 grand. Our price, $6,000 by comparison. Guys, that's $4,000 difference. Now, there are some people, $4,000 saving don't mean nothing to them. They just gonna do what they've been doing. But if that ain't you, don't do that. I mean, why are you gonna put yourself in the category? You got some folk out there, $4,000, their breakfast is $4,000. You understand? And if you're in that league, then this doesn't apply to you. But for the rest of us, come on here. Why are you gonna waste $4,000? It just doesn't make sense. Can I make it plain? These are the types of things we need to consider. The travel industry is the largest in the world. Let me go on. Here's another example. Here's a Crystal Resort, Cancun. I love Mexico. We were there, brought the new year in Mexico. We went to the Mayan ruins. What an extraordinary educational experience that was. Need to find my tour guide and have some conversation with him. He was a great guy. But guys, $1,797 is the stated price. 7-night stay, all inclusive. And some people would even pay more than that. But guys, why would you, if you don't have to, when you got a club like ours where you can pay $1,148 in comparison? I gotta run through these because I'm gonna be over time if I don't. Guys, let me just give you a couple examples. Here's another one. Paradise Point Hotel. That's San Diego, California. That's a $641 savings. Uh-oh, it looks like I'm losing some of my slides here. They're getting ahead of me. Let's see if I can make it happen the way it's supposed to on a timely basis. Guys, when you look at the pricing in the market, you can't help but come to this conclusion. It's time for something different. Guys, they have been getting us on the left side, on the right side, on the downside, and the upside. They're getting us coming and going. And it's time for a different model. And let me give you an example. I love this example. I call it the Netflix model example. Y'all familiar. Now, I'm 57, so it all depends on how old you are. But understand, we didn't always know about a Netflix. Come on now. We could go way back on some stuff. We can go back to VCR. Y'all remember that? Betamax and all this type of stuff. Go Go back to the when they used to just have to wind, crank it up and show it on the screen. No, some folk can go back. I can't go back that far. But I was on the VCR thing, you remember. But then listen, y'all, at this present moment, Netflix is still, they still got it going on. That's the model. That's the standard now. That's the gold standard. But they weren't always the gold standard. Remember what they had to do? Remember how they had to come in on the scene? Do y'all remember the news when it was a Blockbuster Video breakdown in bankruptcy? And not only Blockbuster, but Hollywood Video and all those others that were using that now antiquated model. I remember going, got to make it plain. I remember going and renting a whole bunch of movies every weekend. My wife and I, we love movies. Me more than she, myself more than she does. But we would rent the movies and pay $4, $5, $6 a pop, get 3 or 4 movies, and we had memberships. Come on now, we had individual memberships. So that meant sometimes we would even get more. So you get her, you know. But here's the problem: sometimes somebody, I ain't gonna call no name because she might be listening. She didn't always take them back. Then we had them late fees, doggone it. And then it was look, come on here. It was cheaper to buy the doggone movie than it was to pay the late fee. You understand? Man, they were making money hand over fist. I know they was making money on us because we was putting in, you know, $30 a weekend. That's $120, $140, $150 a month. That was our entertainment. We weren't doing all that other great stuff. We just like to stay home and chill and watch a couple of movies, that type of thing. That's what we did. We enjoyed ourselves. And then, of course, we had to get something for the kids that was separate and all that type of stuff. So we loved us some Blockbuster and we loved us some doggone Hollywood Video. And when we started going and finding them doors locked and we couldn't get in, we wanted to know what in the world is going on. It was a shift. It's a paradigm shift. It was a change going on. There was a new sheriff in town that was completely underestimated. And guys, right now, this travel club has been completely underestimated in how powerful it is. But it's coming along into this industry for the past 11 years in the same way that Netflix appeared on the scene. We're appearing in the same way, and we're using the exact same model. It's called a membership model. Now Netflix has over 247 million members, and they can boast of a $32 billion revenue budget. Are you catching this, y'all? Is the math mathing? Let me go back for you. But who do you not hear of? Blockbuster Video. Who do you not hear of? Hollywood Video and all of those other similar type companies, mom and pops with the same type of outfit. Guys, do you know, I'm told the story is, I need to get the book on that and find out. But I was told that Netflix actually had an opportunity to partner in a way with one of those companies. I need to get the details on that. And in doing so, you know, it would have been a partnership, but they were turned down by one of the giants. Can't remember which one it was. Probably Blockbuster, but don't quote me on that. And as a result of being rejected and being torn down, good God, you better be careful who you turn down. You better be careful who you turn a cold shoulder to. You better be careful who you reject and what you reject. Because some of the things that you reject today, you might need them tomorrow. I know Blockbuster, whoever that CEO was, Lord have mercy. I need to do some research on that. That was probably one of the worst moves, one of the worst decisions they ever made in their life. Why? Because Netflix went all the way up and Blockbuster and all those guys went all the way down. Guys, I want to make it plain for you. The travel industry is long overdue for a change, and the change is not coming. That's what Sam said. No, the change is here. Now, our travel club, the way it's designed, it does not make any money, not a single penny selling travel. What we do, like Netflix does, we have a membership model. And when you are a member in the club, you get access to everything that you want to do travel related, and you can save on the travel up to 70%. I need to give you some examples real quick. Guys, I don't want to go too long on this, so I'm just going to touch bases on some of these. You can see across the screen here. These are some incredible savings from the daily to the weekly, tens of dollars, hundreds of dollars, even thousands of dollars, depending upon the quality of the hotel and the length of time that you're staying there. Guys, it's no mystery. The math takes care of itself. This is an opportunity to get travel agent, in the worst case, to get travel agent pricing without being a travel agent. But it's so much more besides that you can do so much better. We have a platform called Net Zero Pricing. Over 2 million properties there, just like Expedia and Priceline. Same inventory, guys. The only thing different, let me make it plain, only thing different is the price. That's the only, you staying at the same room. It's not like, well, I like to go here because their room's a little bit. Man, it's the same room. Are you kidding me? The only thing different, I'm gonna say it again because you didn't hear me, is the price. Because you remember, we don't pay retail prices. We pay, come on here. We pay wholesale prices. Then we have another platform. They're all connected together. It's called the Dreamcation platform. I love that one because there's over 2,000 destinations in this platform, especially designed for anyone, anywhere, on any budget. Man, if you're a young family with children, you're like, man, that's gonna eat us up. No, man, we got the answer for you. We got the hookup for you in this club. And don't you ever compare this thing to no timeshare, because I already told you, you don't pay no mortgage, you don't pay no maintenance fee. It can pay you, in fact, if you share with some folk, and I'll get to that in a moment. But the thing of it is, here, let me give you a few examples. Canary Islands. Guys, why would you pay the thousands of dollars that others will pay to stay there when we got a program where you can stay? Listen, I want to tell you this. I got the receipts to show you. You can pay $0.00. If you can handle the tax, you can stay all week, 8 days and 7 nights at a 5-star resort in the Canary Islands. Guys, you're looking at a property here. Oh, there's some small print. Let me see if I can make this just a little bit larger where I can read it a little bit better. Okay, that's one where you're going to save about $725 savings, guys, on a 1-bedroom unit with a full kitchen. If you're catching this, guys, that's a 90% savings. Skip that one. We have over 400,000 weeks of getaway vacations. And this is the type of thing. Jasper, it's good to see you. Thanks for chiming in. Luis, Officer Luis, much love to you, man. This is the type of thing I'm showing you. You know, there are programs out there. I mean, the pickings are so slim. And even with the timeshares, I can't stand some of the things I'm hearing from people. They bought these $30,000 in and then $500 a month programs, and then when they go to get some extra time, but they can't even get the place where they're going. We have had so many membership testimonies where people who have timeshares couldn't even get in, and we're getting in, and we ain't paying no $30,000 for nothing. We ain't paying no $500 a month for nothing. Do you understand what I'm saying? Bad English, but you get the point. But there's over 400,000 weeks of inventory. And guys, that continues to grow every single year. And then when you add in the fact, I got to make this plain. When you just share this with 3 people, by God, what? I mean, we talked about and we share the most ridiculous stuff. We share what we ate for breakfast. We share what we ate for lunch. We share all kind of stuff that don't do nothing. But man, when you share this program with 3 people who are just like you, they want to travel and they don't want to give up a kidney, a liver, a lung, and a spleen. They're pretty much, numbers speak for itself. They're gonna want what you have. In fact, they're gonna say, "Why didn't you tell me you were doing that?" They're gonna want to know that. So when you share this with 3 people and they join the membership, guys, that means all of your membership points, travel points, are now coming to you for free. That will be in the neighborhood of savings, could be between $2,000 to $3,000 a year of free travel as a result. So here's the big idea, guys. It's for any family on any budget. You can stay at places all around can I tell you? All around the globe. It doesn't have to be in your city. Don't have to be in your hood. Don't have to be in your nation. It don't even have to be in your continent. We have over 2,000 destinations in this program. Then thirdly, there's another part of the program. I love this part. It's called the World Tours. And I'm going to run through this very quickly. Guys, when I run through these World Tours, I mean, I'm telling you what, not what I heard, but what I know. When we stayed, my wife and I, this was last September, at a 5-star resort, waterfront, as you see. It included breakfast for the both of us. We could have had a third person, but we weren't going to do that. We enjoyed ourselves. We had a team of over 40 individuals that we were able to spend quality time and fellowship with. We did it also as a a couple of days of a ministry event. I did a ministry conference. We had Bible study. We had prayer. We met some wonderful people. Man, we were all over that city. We did some of this, some of that on the camels up in the sky. We just enjoyed ourselves. The hotel alone, if we were paying the retail rate that others are paying, it would have been $1,200-1,500 for the week. Guys, we paid all of $99 plus the tax. And that included the breakfast. Can I tell you, the breakfast alone was $35 a person. That's $70. $70 times 6 days, that's $420. I just told you all we paid was $99 plus the tax. This is the type of stuff, I don't know why people have to go and think and pray and scratch. And it don't make sense to me how we come up with stuff. Jamaica, we're headed back, y'all. In fact, July, Lord say St. Creek don't rise. The goodness of God will bring us there again. We got to go back because my God, what a time we had. Shout out to the Marley family and all of those connected. We had a wonderful time the other night. Watched One Love. If you haven't seen it, I would encourage you to go see that. It's a beautiful story of Mr. Bob Marley. But anyway, Jamaica, Montego Bay, what a time, what a time. It's all inclusive, y'all. You would literally pay retail rate about $2,200 to stay there. In fact, if you go to the site, I can't tell you the name of the hotel, but if you stay at this hotel, on their site is no less than $1,900 for the time that we're going to stay there. You go on our site, our retail rate, which is completely different, is $600 lower, like $1,300. So you can save $600 from the price on the website of the place that we're staying. But when you use the travel points, which we get for free, by the way, that thing goes all the way down to $500 and something dollars. So the bottom line, guys, we're saving about $1,500 on that particular trip right there alone. And guys, that's just one of, there's over 75 world tours this year. Every year we have from 75 to 100 world tours. Let me just run through a few of these. These are the types of experiences that will change your whole life. Apostle Dorinda, much love to you, darling. Celebrating you and all the great things going on in your life. Las Vegas, many of us have, been to Vegas, good God, 36 times. But I bet you ain't going and stayed at this price. Come on here. We're talking about 5 days, 4 nights. Uh-oh, I lost my spot. At this type of hotel, when you're staying, and we only have 4 and 5 stars. We don't operate outside of that. 4 or 5 stars, hotel resorts, 5 nights, you're not gonna pay no $76, y'all. Do you see what I see on my screen? It says luxury suite. Now, y'all know what time it is. When you've done stayed at a luxury suite, it's hard to go back to anything else. Because it's a whole different thing. It's a whole different vibe, whole different flow. You want that anniversary to pop off? Come over here, talk back to me. You want to look. You want to really do that thing up? Get up in one of those luxury suites. And guys, you are not having to pay the farm. I just showed you $76, 5 days, 4 nights. Waikiki, we were there this summer too. Last summer. Guys, we paid that price. $536. Let me tell you something. We got back when everything was on flames. We got back. Lord, grace. Good God Almighty. His grace is so powerful and amazing. We got back. We are coming back. We in the airport. We don't even know why our phone is blowing up. People asking us from all over the country, how we doing? Are we all right? Can you call them? Let me know. What the wow? We didn't even know the whole island was on flames. We didn't know. We was in plane, we just was getting back. But long story short, shout out and love and all of that to all the people there still in Hawaii. Some of them still getting their lives back, putting it together and all that. So keep them in your prayers. But the thing of it is, guys, people were paying 4 or 5 times the amount that we were paying. That night, that rate right there, $536, 5 days, 4 nights, people were paying more than that per night to stay at the place that we stayed. And this is standard. Crete. I ain't gonna talk about Crete because I got some things. My wife went to Greece and I had to go to my family reunion. We had to split it up. I haven't got over that yet, so we ain't gonna talk about that one. All right. Thailand, y'all. $1 is not a misprint. Do y'all see that? I want to bring that back. This thing is getting away from me. That's 7 days, 6 nights, beachfront cottage, 4-star resort. That's 7 days, 6 nights. It don't matter if it was 1 night. It says $1. and it is a 4-star resort. Let me ask you this: what could you get for $1? What could you can't even go and get something from the kids menu today from the $1 menu, because it doesn't exist. Those days are gone. But what you can do in this program, you could stay at a beachfront cottage in Phuket, 4-star resort, 7 days, 6 nights for $1. Reba, you know what I'm talking about. Much love to your daughter. Girl, I need to come get some of that cake. You got some of that cake left over there? I'm not going to tell them what kind it was. But Lord have mercy, it was looking good over there. But guys, this is serious. There are people paying thousands of dollars, multiple thousands of dollars for this same thing. But every now and again, several times throughout the year, we're going to have it's always specials. But we have specials. And this is a special right here. We got a good friend. He was out there in Thailand on the backs of elephants and all this type of stuff. We got some other friends. They was out there in Thailand. They out there walking with the tigers and stuff. Look, let me tell you right now, I'm not taking it that far. I love to travel. I love excursions. I love to do stuff like skydive and all. I'll do all that. But I'm not fooling with no tigers. Do you hear me? If you ever see Mel Keys with a tiger, you know it was Photoshopped, or I was at the zoo and that mug was in a cage, and even still, I wasn't getting too close. You understand? What about you? Where my tiger people at? Y'all love that type of stuff? If you go to Thailand, are you going to walk with the tigers and all that? Would you get on the elephant? Let me know. Elephant, tiger, or none of the above. Let me know. Put it in the comments. Elephant, tiger, or none of the above. I got to move quick, y'all. I got to get on this call. Puerto Vallarta. I'm trying to make it plain to you. It ought to be making some sense for some folk now. Coach D, I see you there. I'll be there shortly. Puerto Vallarta, guys. Look at this, $40 a night. And this is all inclusive. That means all your food, all your drink. I mean, man, listen. You're talking about lobsters, y'all. You're talking about steaks. You're talking about all the stuff. Man, sometimes those 6, 7, 8, 9 different types of international food. You pick what you got a taste for, and it's there. And then they got some special, to order. Man, we done made friends in some of these places. That's why we go back over and over again in some of them, because we done made relationships, y'all. And when you can travel with these types of prices, you're gonna go back. That's Cozumel. That's $38, and that's all inclusive. Man, I don't even know what we got to talk about. You should be asking, wait, hey, how do I get started? What do I need? Because we're traveling the world over and over again. I want to share this last part with you. I got to get out of here and get on this call. We have an annual partnership for those who really want to take it serious. Let me tell you what it really costs. $79.95. That's the annual cost, not the monthly, the annual cost. That's the cost of operating it as a business. And that's what I recommend you do. I don't think we have no business not having a business, to be honest with you, because there's so many benefits to having a business. But the thing of it is, when you set it up $79.95 a year, and you pick, I would recommend the platinum package. That's going to give you the maximum amount of points so that you can really travel at least twice a year. And we're going to show you how to get it for free. So you're talking about a full package of $300. I'm just going to say $350 and $135 a month. Now you can do less than that if you like, but that's my recommendation. I like to at least have 2 travel options a year. Actually, I like more than that. And then when you share with 3 people, guys, it's free. And that puts you into this 10X compensation plan. Let me just tell you this, and I got to move quickly, guys. This program is designed because of the tax-saving benefits on the loan to save you anywhere from $400 to $500 a month on your taxes. Did you hear that? $400 to $500 a month saving on your taxes using this program. And I just showed you the program on the highest package is $135 a month. So you're going to spend $135. And all the money that you're putting in is like a layaway plan. So it's not that money is literally, people say, well, this is an expense. I can't afford it. You're going to pay that and a whole lot more if you don't have it. So instead of paying $135 a month, you're going to probably be paying about $400 a month to stay at some of these places that you want to stay at. But with our program, if you're in our club and you pay that annual fee, $79 for the year, that's $6 a month. It don't make sense to argue about it. You can save as much $400 to $500 a month on your taxes. By sharing with people, you'll get it for free. A good friend on the planet, Mr. Warren Buffett, he said this: if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, Tiara, he said you'll work until you die. Ain't nobody got time for that. That's not our plan. That's not our program. That's not our portion. Somebody put that in the comments. That's not my portion. Guys, you need a way that you can earn income even while you sleep. Guys, if you go on vacation, your income shouldn't go on vacation. If you get sick, your income shouldn't get sick. The wealthy people don't operate like that. They have systems. They don't get paid on a clock. They don't get paid from checking in and checking out. They just get the check, you understand? Why? Because they have a system designed for it. And we have a turnkey plug-and-play system called Travorium that's going to do the same thing for you. Guys, it just makes sense. Let me share this with you. Shout out to Coach D. You got to see this. That's my big sister, y'all. That's the ambassador. She is a beast when it comes to this business. She's already earning, I'm sure by the end of the year, it'll be at least 200 or more. But the thing that you'll want to know is her husband, Big Bro, Apostle Guy, when he passed on, he was earning in the neighborhood with this travel club of about $24,000 a year. And when he passed, they converted it to a living trust in the name of their grandchildren, in the names of their babies, their grandbabies. Could I tell you that 31 months later, the man of God, now he's with Jesus, he's in glory, but he's still getting paid. He's still, listen here, he's still sending that check. You know why? Because he's a one-star ambassador earning about $170,000 a year. I hope y'all caught that memo. Shout out to Igor and Larissa. They just crossed 3-star ambassador this week. And I think they've been in the travel club for 17 months. They've set a record, I believe. And in 17 months, they're now at the neighborhood of about $400,000 a year. Guys, just everybody, listen. It'll do what you want it to do if you put in the work. Everybody got a different vision. Everybody got a different tenacity. Everybody got a different passion, workflow. It'll do what you want it to do if you're willing to put in the work. But it gives you the opportunity. Now, let me throw this at you. Some people, you just want to travel for free. We're going to show you how to do that by just sharing it with 3 people. And those 3 people is going to make your travel points free. That's going to give you $2,000 to $3,000 of free travel every single year. Above that, we're going to show you how to get the 1-star director. That's going to put an extra $5,000 to $8,000 a year in your pocket. And that's only 16 platinum memberships in your book of business. You only need 3 yourself, but we're going to show you how to get the others coming out of that. And with 16 memberships, platinum memberships, that's $5,000 to $8,000 every year. Guys, 2-star director, you're going to get the ring and all that type of stuff. That's an extra up to $18,000 to $30,000 a year. And that only requires 50 platinum memberships. And it's not all a result of you. Remember, you need a minimum of 3. Don't let your minimum be your maximum. But with a minimum of 3, the others will begin to do the same thing that they've seen you do, and they plug in the training. And as they share and they share and they share, those 25 come as a result on your left and your right. And guys, now you're there. Let me tell you something, what that extra $1,500, $2,500 is equivalent of. There are people who have worked their whole life, fingers to the bone, and at the end of their job, end of their career, guys, they're getting a Social Security check, and it equates to about $21,900 and something odd dollars. Could I tell you? Let me do the math on that for you right quick. Guys, that is not touching what a 2-star director is getting right there. And that's someone who's worked for 30, 40 years. Are you catching this? Guys, the plan that most of us have bought into was the wrong plan. The ladder that most of us got on was the wrong ladder. 3-star director. Shout out to all the 3-star directors out there. That's an extra $30,000 to $42,000 a year. And you got about what? 100 and just over 120 something odd memberships in your book of business. But you keep this party going with your leadership. You keep on loving on your team, helping your team grow that thing to about 250 platinum memberships. And that's going to put you in the neighborhood of about 48,000 to 60 grand a year. Now, a lot of people got options with that. You could kind of just, in some cases, depending upon who you are and what you do, you can kind of, say, you know what? How about headed with you? Yeah, you got options. All right. So, but guys, look, that's just 250 platinum memberships. Then shout out to our ambassadors. Ambassador Deborah Taylor, I'm coming real quick. 200, about 400 memberships in the book of business. Guys, now you're in the 6-figure status and above. Because the truth is, you're still just getting started. And there's so many other bonuses that you're qualified for, and so many other perks that you're qualified for in the ambassador lifestyle. And certainly that's where you want to go. Guys, to earn that type of money, if you want to have that residual income, because that's residual, remember, you need at least $2 million earning 5% interest to produce $10,000 a month. And we're going to show you how to do that without the 2 million. We're going to show you how to get to that 10. Guys, ambassador income is just the beginning of it. I don't have time to go into the rest, but I can tell you that ambassador lifestyle for the average ambassador in our travel club, they're earning anywhere from $100,000 to $300,000 a year. And most of that is residual income. And I believe that will change the trajectory of not only the life of yourself, but the life of most families out here, because you can pass it on to your children's children. And what is it? It's fun. We're a fun company. We're a travel company. That's what we do. We are Travorium. We are a better life company, and a better life requires a better way. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, all I can say is we have found it. And what I need to do is get you guys in position. If you're willing to meet me online, we're about to do a faith leaders call. You want to be there? Meet me in the Zoom room if you like. That's the best seat in the house. Let me know you want to be in the Zoom room. Just put Zoom in the comments here. I'll find your comment. I'll get you the ID. If not, watch it on this same Facebook page, and we'll catch you on the rebound. I did my best to make it plain. Get with the person that shared this to you. We ain't trying to get something from you. We're trying to get something to you. We'll catch you on the rebound.